It takes only one look at the Long Dark to immerse yourself in its world of mystery and solitude. When you're in the game, you feel as if you're inside a watercolor painting, brought to life through the realness of struggle with the unrelenting nature. The game excels in most of its aspects. Its gameplay is both gratifying and challenging, striking the right balance between the two. The Long Dark demands unconventional problem solving. Forget blasting your way through inconvenient situations. Here, you acknowledge you're not a John Rambo, but a guy or a gal who crashed in a plane in the Canadian wilderness, trying to survive another day. But it's according to the design. It's because it's addressed to specific kinds of audiences, the patient and the mindful. I feel The Long Dark is a game crafted for those who are connoisseurs of stillness of the moment, the connoisseurs of controlled loneliness in video games. It's for those for whom silence may be a cure. I hope I've expressed enough how incredible this game is, and if not,
God damn it, I'm going to read it anyway.
This game is incredible. What elevates The Long Dark to a masterpiece in its own right is the plethora of life lessons it subtly spreads throughout the gameplay. In this unforgiving environment, adaptability and resourcefulness are your best allies. The game encourages you to come up with makeshift solutions to survive. While in isolation, they may only extend your life by hours or days, those actions compound to free up your capacity for more significant, sustainable strategies. It's a game about making the most of what you have, where every choice ripples over time into your destiny. Your existence constantly revolves around limited and finite supplies. Lethal weather is looming just outside the threshold of your cozy cabin. Planning and readiness are your lifelines. You need to manage your resources wisely. The ability to forecast when you're going to run out of certain supplies is a must. So is the need to maintain a balanced stock. In other words, you don't collect firewood when your pantry is barren and fire logs are stacked up to the roof. The Long Dark instills the importance of weighing the risk factors of our endeavors and stacking them against their potential returns. It prompts introspection with questions like, is the exploration of a wolf-infested town worth the looming danger, or is this a calculated risk in exchange for crucial supplies? Can I race back to my island shelter before it gets dark, or will the sunless sky freeze me to death? It's a game mirroring life's intricate dance of choices, risks, and rewards. It compels you to ponder each step in the wilderness. Despite its appearance as a classic first-person survival game, if you look beyond its facade, you'll realize The Long Dark is essentially a time management sim. Every action comes with a time cost, which is insanely magnified by the harsh realities of the game's world. In The Long Dark, there's no way of solving problems with cash. Here, money is merely tinder for the fire, keeping us barely warm in a cave when a blizzard rages outside. Because of this, the cost of our actions is under scrutiny. Everything is on us. No trading, no shortcuts. It's our responsibility to tend to our gear, sustain the fire, prepare the food, procure the water, and hunt wisely to survive. In the sandbox mode, where the game shines, you're not being handheld in any way. The game doesn't tell us what we're supposed to do to get the best return on our efforts, or rather, investment of time. The decision making and its consequences are ours. The sooner we figure out we cannot give attention to everything at once, the better. Some things need to be set aside for now or forever, so we can tend to the core of our needs. The perfect analogy to illustrate The Long Dark's core as a time management sim is found in the central theme of the movie called In Time. In this film, lifespan is a currency, visibly ticking away on everyone's wrists. It's earned through labor or trade. As in real life, not every job pays equally, so one may provide enough to live day by day, while another offers disproportionately higher payouts. This concept translates seamlessly to the world of the game. Here, each action might earn you either minutes or hours of life extension, but depending on the situation you're in, some choice outcomes may turn out to be nothing but a burden on your shoulders. In The Long Dark, the game keeps your lifespan meter hidden, but it keeps a score, and it's up to you to figure out how much time you have left. In its most popular game mode, the aforementioned survival mode, if you do a poor job, you'll die and lose your save. But if you perform well, you'll find time to rest, appreciate the views, learn skills from books, or explore with a full belly, which is the reward for managing your time well. Performing above average triggers a positive feedback loop where our efforts are reinforced by good morale. The opposite leads to a playthrough of constant struggle. Now, you can see how easily it is adaptable to real life. Replace playthrough with life and you'll realize we all live in our little sandboxes, with challenges unique to our circumstances. Just as unexpected events happen in the long dark, the same randomness applies to real life when it presents us with a myriad of troubles and headaches. Depending on how we do in our sandbox, we are met with the feeling of the universe either conspiring against us or working in our favor. The scenario we begin with is chosen for us, but how we fare down the road often hinges on our preparedness, acquired skills, and the ability to confront the perils behind the bend. However, there is a constant telltale sign of our trajectory. It's how well we manage our time. It's about whether we tend toward appreciating the time we possess, or are lax about wasting hours on forms of entertainment that makes us worse off, or social interactions that are equally bad for our well-being. In the context of the long dark, there is a value in distinguishing what actions make actual progress and what's merely masquerading as such. On the other hand, it's also about forgiveness for one's mistakes made, learning from them, and converting them into life lessons. This principle applies to real life to a T. The long dark encapsulates life's essence, compressing it into a singular playthrough. The deadly mistakes are here to provide unique opportunities to learn and to readjust them on the next try. If you die in a blizzard, maybe next time you'll pay attention to your surroundings, to take note of available emergency shelter. In an hour of need, this may lead you to a place free from blood-freezing wind chill. Perhaps you will learn that moose aren't as friendly as they seem to be in the cartoons. Instead of being eaten by a wolf, next time you might think of dropping a decoy before it becomes dead set on chewing on your rear bumper. Maybe you'll let yourself be extorted out of your rabbit, only to shoot the predator as soon as it switches attention. Or perhaps you'll come to the conclusion that you're good on food and the bullet is worth saving for another time. Experiences like these make the concept of traditional character leveling obsolete, as the true representation of experience is in the knowledge of dealing with a variety of problems wisely. As your proficiency grows, the once daunting tasks become trivial, nudging you towards upping the ante. This has a reflection in our lives. The more we deal with something, the easier we find ways to optimize the struggle out of the equation. Then we go for higher level problems, as the current ones will begin to leave us starving for a challenge. Besides teaching us the value of spending our time wisely, the long dark places us in scenarios where we realize inaction is a synonym for attrition. This principle is evident in gaming, yet it often eludes us in reality. In the game, when we encounter predators, we act proactively in every way possible to survive, demonstrating our resilience and grit. At the first sight of a wolf, we don't just quit the game. Instead, we engage in a psychological dance with it, try to scare it away, seek shelter, or even face it head-on when cornered. Yet in real life, we often overlook our innate resilience. Among modern comforts, the idea of true grit became more of an obscure or uncivilized way of resolving problems. We often fail to view it as a necessity. It's like we have forgotten we're capable of standing our ground or initiating change because, well, that's just how it is. Just as for our character in the long dark, remaining static means death by stagnation. For us, staying physically inactive means atrophy of our muscles. Skills, on the other hand, left to rust, fade into obsolescence. Remaining mentally stagnant or closed off means becoming complacent and distanced from the pulse of progress, leaving us in the dust. Sadly, glaring examples of the consequences of mental stagnation might not be too far from us to observe. Gradually, reluctance breeds distance to modern creativity, or rather, modern malice, rendering the ignorant vulnerable, or sometimes just worse off financially. As humans, we have become inherently resilient through facing nature. Over time, most of the predators learn to think twice before actively trying to prey on us. Engage a human as an animal, and the outcome is uncertain, but there's always a fair chance of becoming a rogue in Chieftain's tent. It was our true grit that made us formidable in the eyes of animals. The Long Dark serves as a reminder. Embracing comfort and complacency means relinquishing one of the humanity's greatest gifts, the ability to adapt to utterly crap circumstances in order to survive. Because of all this, I consider The Long Dark to be a masterpiece for its depth of gameplay and for the powerful way it demonstrates how our ability to manage time influences our life's trajectory. It shows how important it is to foster a resilient mindset in our lives. For these reasons, The Long Dark holds a special place in my Steam library. If you haven't yet ventured into the chilling yet profound world of The Long Dark, I urge you to delve into its depths. Just as The Long Dark challenges us to make every action count, I encourage you to make one right now. Subscribe, like, and comment. Consider this channel as our clan's winter shelter, a place where every like, share, and subscription is a resource contributing to our survival. Thank you, fellow ninja survivors, for being part of the journey. Until next time, see you around.